Shri Paramatmane Namaha. Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Ishvaro Guru Atmeti Murti Bheda Vibhagine Vyomavad Vyapta Dehaya Dakshinamurtaye Namaha. Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Om Sarvenah Sukhino Bhavantu Sarve Santu Niramaya Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu Ma Kasyid Dukha Bhag Bhave. Om Asato Ma Sadgamaya Tamaso Ma Jyotirgamaya Amrityurma Amritam Gamaya. Dear Divine Selves, the entire humanity at the moment is facing a very, very serious challenge. The pandemic of Corona that has ravaged and threatens to assume catastrophic proportions across the globe. What is the right and appropriate response to that challenge? Because every human being in some or the other way is directly impacted, affected. Everyone is now facing the constant fear of getting infected by coronavirus, getting sick. The fear of disease and death is looming large on the minds and hearts of every human being on this planet. What should be the right approach to handle this crisis, the global pandemic of Corona? As the best medical scientists, medical doctors and medical experts are suggesting, and as the global and national institutions like the World Health Organization or the Ministry of Health of the Government of India are issuing regular advisories, regular precautionary measures at individual level, at the level of family, community, society at large, as a nation and as a global community, as a human race, how to take precautions through social distancing, self-isolation, self-quarantine. And in order for that, and keeping in mind the alarming rate of increase in the infected people in India, tomorrow is sought to be observed as a day of Janata curfew, public curfew, whereby a country of 130 crore people, through their self-initiative, self-motivation, for self-concern for the self-health, is going to take precautionary measures which are going to be helpful in the immediate run and in the long run. How to avoid further spread of corona and how to minimize the disease spread and casualties. That is the sole purpose at the moment. So all of us as humanity, as a nation, as a society have to contribute. It's a war on the entire humanity. The collective conscience of the mankind has never faced such a huge challenge of pandemic proportions. Only a few countries like China and Italy have faced its catastrophic impacts, but slowly and surely it's spreading in the rest of the world too. Especially in the poorer countries and communities and families, this global pandemic is going to have very devastating impacts. So rather than thinking about the future and the impending threat of the disease, spread of the disease, impending afflictions, the best way to fight this global pandemic is to know the best precautionary measures as an individual, as a family, as a society, as a nation we can do, observe them at our own. The disease of corona and the virus of corona is concern of every individual. Therefore, every individual has to bear the responsibility, has to take the responsibility to adopt that lifestyle, those best practices which would minimize, which would checkmate the spread of the coronavirus in the family, in the neighborhood, in the society, in the country, and on the planet. Each one of us has a solemn obligation to observe those practices like self-isolation, self-quarantine, staying at home. But there is a very serious dimension to all this, and that is the purpose of my address today. Of course, the medical science and precautions of health and hygiene, constant hand washing and social distancing is going to be very effective, very useful, and we must observe that. There is a very serious psychological challenge. The entire humanity, I doubt there would be a single person on the planet who is not in the grip of this impending catastrophe or unfolding catastrophe of the coronavirus that has been declared by WHO as a global pandemic. So how to deal it? What is the best way to fight this embodiment of death and disease called coronavirus? The challenge is definitely, at least in the beginning, physical, But in substantial sense, the bigger challenge is psychological, mental, and spiritual. The latest researches and investigations in the immune systems of human beings have revealed and given ample evidences that a person, a human being who is constantly worried and who is afflicted with fears, impending threats, impending problems, the obsession with the impending threats, the constant fear of potential corona affliction, corona disease, or death caused by corona can become a very serious psychological impediment in fighting the menace of corona pandemic. Fear and panic are the biggest enemies of a strong immune system in your body. And as at the moment there is no medicine or vaccine to treat and fight the afflictions of corona, the only ray of hope is precautionary measures and a very strong immune system. Your immune system, healthy and strong immune system, is the sole weapon, along with the necessary self-quarantine, self-isolation and other precautionary measures like hand washing, with which we can fight this war of corona, war against the pandemic of corona. To the extent it's important to take care of ourselves, our near and dear ones, to the extent the precautionary measures to check the further spread and infection are required, we must be concerned, we must learn. But beyond that, constant thinking of impending infection and disease and suffering or death, the fear of death, is going to cause a very serious problem. My own understanding is that let's observe the best practices that are available to fight the corona, but at the same time, this menace, this challenge can provide us a great opportunity to enhance our immune system. The immune system that can fight and that does fight all kinds of viruses, bacteria and afflictions caused by them. And a strong mind alone can fight the enemy. A healthy immune system can be maintained only in a worry-free, fear-free, panic-free mind and psyche. A mind constantly in the grip and panic of disease, infection, suffering and death is much more vulnerable to the infection of corona than the same group of people being exposed to the same degree of risks through their physical, social, biological behavior, but who have a strong willpower, who are not unnecessarily worried, who are not in the grip of the unnecessary fear and panic of impending and potential infection of corona. And therefore, when you are in self-quarantine or self-isolation, you are spending time at home, this is the best opportunity to take a dive within, take a journey within, take the jump from the mortality to immortality. The realm of immortality is ever within you. Now I am entering into the realm of the spiritual dimension of the combat mechanism to this global menace called corona pandemic. When going outside has become dangerous and fatal, take a U-turn, go within. Going within doesn't pose any challenge. Going within in a spiritual, psychological sense, even at home when you are self-quarantined, self-isolated, observing all the biological and medical best practices, but if you are constantly worried, you are inviting the disease by impairing and damaging your own immune system. Therefore, become free from the fear and panic of corona while observing the best practices, while taking care of yours and your family members and near and dear ones. At the same time, take a dive within, take a journey to the self, the realm of the self, that is the realm of immortality, that is your true nature. You are at the moment deluded by the belief that you are the body, mind, and conglomeration of senses. This illusion, spiritually speaking, especially the Vedantic philosophy, tells that is the root cause of all the fear, panic and suffering of the mankind from time immemorial. And as long as you continue to believe that this body is your identity, as long as you continue to believe that this atomized, alienated, this mass of flesh, blood and bones is your ultimate reality, there is no escape for you. Therefore, when you are sitting at home, you are waiting for this pandemic to subside, this time could be best utilized by taking a deep dive within yourself, the realm of immortality, from the fear of mortality to the realm of immortality. Go and take a deep dive. Through profound Vedantic meditation about your true reality, your true nature. You are not this body-mind, you are the Atman, the pure consciousness, the pure intelligence, the vast spacious awareness is your real identity, that is the Atman, that is the Self, that is the Brahman, that is free from all the infections and afflictions, that is free from all the disease and death. That is the realm of immortality, that is the world of nectarine bliss and beauty and love. And that is your true nature. Due to ignorance about your true nature, you are in the constant grip of disease and death. If you know your true nature, that this body identity is an illusory identity, an ephemeral, imaginary identity and go and abide in your self, S capital, the self within, the center, source, substance and substratum of your existence and the existence of the phenomenal universe, that Atman, that self is beyond all afflictions and infections and death and disease. No coronavirus or any other death or disease or afflictions can touch your true nature. You are Shiva, the eternal existence of the nature of bliss and beauty. Use this time when the entire humanity is facing the threat of corona pandemic to realize your true nature, realize your immortality, realize yourself. That is not only going to be only spiritually beneficial, but even fighting corona physically and medically would become far more easier because a fear-free, panic-free mind can maintain a strong immune system, and a strong immune system is the sole ray of hope at the moment in the fight, global fight against coronavirus. Maintain a strong immune system through healthy living, through healthy and hygienic lifestyle, and a fear-free, cheerful mind. That is possible through various practices. You can do yoga, you can do pranayam, but most importantly, the meditation, profound Vedantic meditation, nidhi dhyasana, is the most profound technique whereby you get free from the fear and panic of disease and death. Unnecessary worries and fears are the worst enemies of your immune system. Therefore, when you are in self-quarantine and self-isolation and maintaining social distancing, then go within. When you have stopped and you have been asked to remain at home because going out has become fatal and dangerous, then go within yourself. It's a clarion call for the entire humanity to take a deep dive within. A great spiritual opportunity to know your immortal nature, know your identity that is beyond birth and death, beyond fear and sorrow and panic. Let's do that nidhi dhyasana for a while so that you could do at home nidhi dhyasana, profound Vedantic meditation about your true nature, which is free from birth and death and disease and afflictions, which is immortal, eternal, transcendental identity of yours, but that is immanent too. The Brahman, the Paramatman, the Supreme Self is a transcendental and immanent reality too. Therefore, a person who has a strong conviction of his or her immortal nature as Atman is less likely to be infected, and even if infected by corona, to survive. A strong immune system can be maintained only in a fear-free mind. A panic-free mind is a great enemy of a healthy immune system. At the moment, you must maintain a healthy immune system. At the same time, this transcendental knowledge of your true nature is a panacea for all the ills and woes which have ever afflicted and which would ever afflict the mankind, the phenomenal world. Know your true immortal nature. Let's do that nididhyasana for a while. I am that infinite, immortal, eternal self of the nature of pure consciousness that is non-dual, indivisible, unattached, beyond taint, beyond all fears, afflictions, death and disease. That I am, that is Shiva, that is Brahman, that is Paramatman. And that Shiva, that Brahman, that Paramatman I am, that is my true identity, that is my real nature. No death or disease can touch me, no infection can touch me. I am always Asanga, beyond all taints and attachments. Chidananda Rupa Shivoham Shivoham Manobodhya Hankara Chitaninaham Nacha Shrotra Jihave Nacha Ghrana Netre न च व्योम भूमिर्न तेजो न वायुः चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहम्. I am not the mind, I am not the intellect, I am not the memory, I am not the ego, I am not this body. I am not the eye, ears, nose, tongue, or skin. I am not the mass of blood, bones, and flesh. I am neither earth, nor water, nor air, nor fire, nor ether. I am the witness and illuminator of all of them. I am eternal Shiva. I am Shiva alone. I am Shiva of the nature of pure consciousness and eternal bliss. Shiva alone is my true nature. Bliss, love and beauty are intrinsic and inherent to me always. Death and disease can't touch me. No infection and affliction can touch me. Because I alone exist. I alone am the self of all. I am death of the death. I am Shiva. I am the source, substance and substratum of the entire universe. The entire phenomenal universe arises in me through my own imagination, abides in me and dissolves back within me. That is called death or birth and death, the chain of birth and death. But in real me, who is present every moment for eternity, beyond time and space in every being, as the eternal witness that doesn't know any disease or sorrow or infections or afflictions or fear or death. I am beyond all that because I am Shiva. Chidananda Rupa Shivoham Shivoham. न मे राग द्वेषौ न मे लोभ मोहौ मदो नैव मे नैव मात्सर्य भावः न धर्मो न चार्थो न कामो न मोक्षः चिदानन्द रूपः शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहम्. I am beyond all love and hatred. I am beyond all associations. I am beyond bondage and liberation. I am eternal Shiva of the nature of pure consciousness. No death and disease, infection or affliction can touch me because I am eternal Shiva. I am Paramatman. Chidananda Rupaha Shivoham Shivoham. Na punyam na papam na saukhyam na dukkham na mantro na tirtha na Veda na yajna aham bhojanam naiva bhajyam na bhakta Chidananda Rupa Shivoham Shivoham. Chidananda Rupa Shivoham Shivoham. I am beyond all vices and virtues. I am beyond all sense of duty, sense of righteousness and wrongness. I am eternal Shiva. I am unattached. I am taintless. I am beyond all fear and panic. I am beyond all death and disease. I am that eternal, immortal, blissful Shiva. I am Shiva alone. न मृत्युर्न शङ्का न मे जाति भेदः पिता नैव मे नैव माता न जन्म न बन्धुर्न मित्रं गुरुर्नैव शिष्यः चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहम्. There is neither any fear nor any death, nor any fear of death or disease. I was never born, I will never die, because I have no mother, I have no father, I have no caste, creed or religion. I am non-dual eternal Shiva. I have no guru, I have no disciple. I have no friends, I have no foes. I have no brothers or sisters or relatives, because I am always non-dual, indivisible, blissful Shiva of the nature of pure intelligence. I am that eternal Shiva beyond all fear and panic and death and disease. I am that immortal self. Aham nirvikalpo nirakara rupo vibhutva cha sarvatra sarvendriyanam na Chasangatam naiva muktirena meyaha Chidananda rupa shivoham shivoham. I am beyond all thoughts and mental modifications. I am ever present reality. I am eternal truth. The realm of sense and sense cognition can't enter into my real realm. There is no desire in me, the desire even for the salvation, the moksha or liberation or self-realization, because I am always free. I am one indivisible, non-dual self of all. I am Shiva, eternal Shiva, blissful Shiva, Shiva of the nature of pure consciousness, pure intelligence, vast spacious awareness is my nature. I am beyond birth and death. I am immortal. I am beyond all diseases and death. I am beyond all infections and afflictions. My bliss is unhindered, unfettered. My existence is unhindered, unfettered, because I am unconditioned and absolute existence, not conditioned by any external force. There is nothing external and internal to me, because I alone pervade the internal and external both. Me, the non-dual indivisible reality, transcends the time and space. There has been never any existence, nor would there ever be any existence of anything else other than that of mine. Me, the Shiva, immortal Shiva of the nature of pure consciousness, embodiment of infinite love, embodiment of unconditioned love, embodiment of everlasting beauty, that I am, that Shiva I am. No death or disease can touch me. My fear about coronavirus or the potential infection or affliction caused by coronavirus is all caused due to my deluded intellect. My illusion about my own identity alone is the root cause of all the fear, panic, sorrow and suffering at the moment I am suffering, and the entire humanity at the moment is suffering. The potential disease and death caused by coronavirus. The body is an illusory, imaginary appearance. The body has no existence of its own. But I, the one, the Atman, the self of the nature of pure consciousness, who is source, substance, substratum of this body and all the individual selves in the universe, I am beyond all death and disease and fear and panic. This is my true nature, because I am eternal Shiva. Chidananda Rupa Shivoham Shivoham. Chidananda Rupa Shivoham Shivoham. Chidanandarupaha Shivoham Shivoham. Dehabhimanapashena Chiram baddhosi putraka Bodhoham jnana khadgena tanikritya sukhi bhava. As revealed by Maharshi Ashtavakra to Emperor Janaka, this single verse of Ashtavakra can have revolutionary impact within you right now if you could understand the import of the declaration. Ashtavakra says that, O child, your false illusion and your false belief that you are body is the root of all your sorrows, sufferings and bondages and afflictions. Now, have a firm conviction that you are pure consciousness, the self, the pure intelligence and pure awareness alone is my true nature, is my true identity, my true personality, my infinite, eternal, immortal, non-dual, indivisible identity. Then right now you are free, you are liberated, you are free from all death and disease, fear and panic and sorrow. Death can't touch you, fear can't touch you, no infection, no affliction can touch you. The root of all sorrows and sufferings, disease and death is your false belief that you are the body. Have a firm conviction right now, by firm conviction, that you are not the body, but the eternal witness to the body and the entire world you are. You are present in the body and you are present outside body. You are witness to this body and similarly you are witness to the entire universe. You are one non-dual immortal reality. Get free from the constant fear of disease or death potentially caused by coronavirus infection. No virus or bacteria can touch you, your true nature. The disease and death happens to only your illusory appearance called the body. You are not the body, you are not the senses. You are not the mind either. They are all inert elements. They have no existence of any one of them. You are the life force of the entire universe. One pure consciousness. The life force which is animating the entire universe. The sun and the moon and the stars and the galaxies all are being illumined by me, the Atman, the self of nature of pure consciousness. The entire universe has arisen out of my own imagination. The entire universe, including the sun and the moon and the stars and the galaxies, the deepest of the oceans, the mightiest of the mountains, all are my own imagination within myself. There is nothing outside me. The entire universe is a mental creation of myself. So too are all the diseases, fears, panic of death, disease, infection and affliction. This is a mental creation. Now Make your mind free from mental modifications, unnecessary fear, unnecessary panic. The entire world which is suffering from the fear of corona infection or coronavirus is, as Vedanta would tell you, imaginary, illusory, born out of ignorance of your true nature. It's a mental construct. Dissolve your mind through strong willpower and strong nidhi dhyasana practices, because this world is nothing but a manifestation of your mental thoughts. Your own body and the entire body of the universe are the sum of the totality of the bodies in the universe, including that of the animal kingdom, plant kingdom, is nothing but a mental creation. Because in the Vedanta, one of the most fundamental principles is that this world, the gross world, has no reality to itself. You are the reality to this world. You, the self, the Atman. And this through illusory mental modification, mental imagination, you have created the world of sorrow, suffering, infection, affliction and disease. In Yoga Vasishta, Maharshi Vasishta says, Manodrishyam idam sarvam yat kinchit sacharacharam manaso unmani bhavat dvaitam naivo palabhyate. This entire universe is a manifestation, a projection of the mind alone, because either in the deep sleep or in the state of complete absorption called nirvikalpa samadhi, there is no duality, there is no sense of the self of the gross world. They dissolve and disappear. Where? We don't know, because they never existed. They were illusory, imaginary appearances, and with the dissolution of the imaginary faculty called mind, the faculty of imaginations and projections, with the dissolution of mind in samadhi, in nidhi dhyasana, in nirvikalpa samadhi, the entire world which was appearing as a world of plurality, triad and duet, has dissolved within myself, and I am now established in my true nature as the self of all, witness of all, of the nature of pure consciousness. There is no gross world beyond me. I am self of all. I am the revealer and illuminator of the infinite universes. I am the light of the sun and the moon and the galaxies and the stars. I am the light of the body and I am the light of the universe too. I am the light of pure consciousness, which is intrinsically immortal, eternal, blissful embodiment of unconditioned love, embodiment of everlasting beauty, embodiment of absolute existence. Life eternal is my nature. How can disease or infection or any physical malady touch me? All the fears of disease or infection or affliction are imaginary in the realm of the body-mind. Beyond body-mind, I am eternal, immortal Atman. Chidanandarupa Shivoham Shivoham Chidanandarupa Shivoham Shivoham Akartaham Abhoktaham Avikaroham Akriyah Shuddha Bodha Swarupoham Kevaloham Sadashivaha Kevaloham Sadashivaha Narayanoham Narakantakoham Purantakoham Purushohamishaha Akhanda Bodhoham Shesha Sakshi Nireshwaroham Niraham Shanirmamaha I am that eternal Shiva, I am that eternal Narayana, I am Lord Krishna, I am Lord of all, I am the ultimate reality, I am the supreme truth. There is no higher truth or superior reality than me, the self of the nature of pure consciousness, which is eternal, immortal, blissful reality of mine. There is no fear of anything. I am always fearless because all the fear arises out of the sense of duality. And I am in an indivisible and non-dual reality. Nothing exists outside me. All the fears of and panics of infections, afflictions, diseases and death are imaginary, created by the mind. The illusory faculty of mind is source of all my fears and panic and sorrow. Now through Nidhi Dhyasana, form conviction that I am Shiva of the nature of pure consciousness. I have dissolved the faculty of mind and now I am firmly abiding in my true nature. I have returned back to the source of my existence and the root of and the center of entire existence. I am the center and source of entire existence. There is no existence beyond me. I alone am the revealer and illuminator of entire existence and the cognition of every experiences through various dimensions of the existence. I am that Narayana, I am that Vishnu, I am that Shiva. Chidanandarupa Shivoham Shivoham Chidanandarupa Shivoham Shivoham. Let's hope and pray that the challenge of coronavirus, the global epidemic at the moment, will subside soon, and we as individual citizens too will do whatever is obligated to us as responsible citizens and members of the committee of the world. We will use this opportunity of social distancing to discover the self within, to take a dive deep within, and a peaceful cheerful mind through meditation of whatever kind of meditation you practice, but you must practice meditation these days at least. A fear-free, cheerful, confident, calm and cool mind is far more stronger to fight back the virus of corona, because a cheerful, calm, confident, cool, fear-free mind has a very strong immunity, and strong immune system is the most powerful weapon available with us to fight the menace of coronavirus, this global pandemic. Let's unite, come together and fight this menace using whatever resources we do have. Spirituality is and spiritual approach to this pandemic is very, very powerful tool, even at the individual level, societal, national and global level. That's why I propose to continue this series in the future also, until and unless this pandemic subsides back to normalcy. Chidananda Rupaha Shivoham Shivoham. I request all my fellow Indian citizens to tomorrow observe social distancing and self-quarantine and observe self-isolation. This would be very useful in fighting the menace of corona. Let's hope and pray that this problem is solved very soon. The collective will of the mankind is the will of the Lord, the Shiva, and sooner we are going to find some or the other kind of solution. Till then, we will remain firmly established in our true nature as the self, the Atman, the immortal Atman, and we will continue to do meditation, deep reflection about your true nature, investigation about your true nature. That is an opportunity. Om Sarvenah Sukhino Bhavantu Sarve Santu Niramaya Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu Ma Kaschid Dukha Bhag Bhave. Om Asato Ma Sadgamaya Tamaso Ma Jyotirgamaya Mrityormaya Mritam Gamaya. Om Shanti Shanti Om Shanti.